Welcome to Crime Files TikTok compilations, the vault of real horror, where murder isn't fiction and the footage never lies. Tonight, we expose the shocking case of Courtney Clenney, the OnlyFans model accused of fatally stabbing her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, inside their Miami apartment. What you're about to witness is raw, unsettling, and unforgettable. These aren't stories, they're warnings.
Back on April 3rd, 2022, this woman, Courtney Clenney, took this man, Christian Obumseli's life. She says it was self-defense, but the way it happened just seems so one in a million. We're going to talk about this case. Courtney was at a status hearing last Friday, December 15th. All statements are reported and alleged. Let's talk about it. This case comes out of Miami, Florida, and again, this happened in April 2022. It looks like we will finally be getting a trial for this case in the beginning months of 2024. I will keep you posted on that. Outside of the criminal side of things, the victim's family has also filed a wrongful death lawsuit, so we'll see what happens on that end of things. Court TV is reporting that they have audio that Christian Obumseli, the victim, secretly recorded where you can hear Courtney Clenney calling him a racial slur or using a racial slur and then saying to Christian Obumseli, "Shut up and let me slap you." Now, according to Clenney's attorneys, that will be inadmissible at trial because of the recording laws in Florida. Another interesting thing, and this is from an article from Radar Online. The attorneys for Courtney Clenney are trying to get a demonstrative video approved to be in evidence, and this video shows a knife-throwing expert that they have hired demonstrating how it is possible that Courtney Clenney's story of her throwing a kitchen knife from 10 feet away, which pierced Christian Obumseli to the point where he lost his life, this reenactment is supposed to prove that that can be true. The prosecutor is pushing back on that video being admitted because it has not been provided to the state. It was not in any pleadings. There are, a very strict set of rules and timelines that things have to be submitted and given to the other side. So it sounds like maybe they missed the deadlines for things that will be admissible at trial. I'll keep you posted on that. The judge has not made a decision as far as that Radar Online article said, so we don't know one way or another if that demonstrative video will be at trial. I will let you know. That's all there is so far. I am very hopeful that this trial is going to start soon. Christian Obumseli's family, like I say, in almost every case, they deserve the justice and the closure. There were previous videos of Courtney and Christian fighting where, in my opinion, which I have, she appeared to be the aggressor and Christian appeared to be trying to calm her down. You know Courtney Clenney that took Christian Obumseli's life, and she said that she simply threw it and it landed so hard that it took his life? Well, a brand new video has come out of Courtney and Christian 2 months before this incident, and once again, like other videos we've seen, Courtney is the aggressor and Christian doesn't even defend himself. He, in my mind, was a very honorable man because we have seen video after video after video of Courtney abusing him, and then she wound up taking his life. They are going to be using this video in court. And just as a reminder, she was arrested in Hawaii and extradited to South Florida. All of that was back in August 2022. She has been held without bond ever since then. There is her charge, second-degree murder, which, in my opinion, which means nothing. I do think it should be first. I think there is plenty of evidence that this was a violent woman and that she often directed her aggression towards this man. She has pled not guilty and is expected to appear in court at 9:30 a.m. on Friday, which is today, in Miami-Dade County. So hopefully I will be bringing you an update. I cannot wait for this one to go to trial. I hope she is held fully accountable. But again, in my opinion, full accountability would have been first degree. This comment is correct. The parents of Courtney Clenney have now been arrested and charged with felonies. This is Deborah and Kim Clenney. The father, which I guess is Kim, sometime after Courtney took Christian Obumseli's life, allegedly, reportedly, he went into the apartment, found a laptop that belonged to Christian, and did something with it that led to felony charges for both of them. So the exact charge hasn't been released yet, but you have to think it has something to do with disposing of or hiding evidence for their daughter, Courtney Clenney. This is the victim, Christian Obumseli. I want to take a moment to acknowledge this man said things on Twitter about Black women that were inexcusable, vile, disgusting. I acknowledge that, and I know that because of some of the things he said on Twitter, there are a lot of people that don't care about this case, don't care about this man. They are not for him because he wasn't for them. I get that. I respect that. And by covering this case, I do not mean to disrespect anybody that he said disgusting things about on Twitter. I am covering this case because at the end of the day, despite who he was on the internet or in his life, he is the victim in a murder case. So I am covering it, but I will try to ensure every time I cover the Courtney Clenney case, I acknowledge that he said things on Twitter that I do not stand by. I do not co-sign. However, I will continue to cover this story as him as the victim, Courtney Clenney as the person arrested for his murder, and now her parents as possibly being her little partners in this.
You may recall Clenney was charged last year with second-degree murder for stabbing Obumseli to death in their Florida condo in April of 2022. She claims that she acted in self-defense. The suit claims negligence on the part of First Service Residential, the One Paraiso Condominium Association, and Universal Security Services for failing to provide a safe environment and not properly training employees. Kim Wald represents Toby Obumseli's parents in the suit.
If you own a piece of property, if you run a piece of property, if you run a business in Florida, we have multiple instances, not only of criminal activity in general, but specific criminal activity between Ms. Clenney and Toby. If you know that you have this violent criminal on your property, you know that you have all of these horrible things happening on your property, you have a duty to protect your residents, including Toby. And unfortunately, we did not see that in this case. We know that the property management company, we know the security company was on 100% notice of this toxic, volatile relationship and did absolutely nothing to protect Toby.
The suit is seeking a minimum of $50,000 in damages. Courtney Clenney worked as an OnlyFans model before her arrest, but she's currently jailed awaiting trial. She hasn't worked in months. Courtney Clenney claims self-defense in the stabbing. So what if she is successful and is found not guilty of that second-degree murder charge at trial?
And you know, it's a really unfortunate reality that when you see a toxic relationship between a man and a woman, you assume that the woman is the victim. But here, if you look at those videos, if you look at the reality, the facts and the evidence are 100% on our side. She was not the victim. She was the aggressor. We know what she did to Toby. This was not self-defense. This was a volatile woman who was completely unstable and brutally murdered Toby.
Courtney Clenney, she is the OnlyFans model who is accused of murdering her boyfriend after a long history of domestic disputes, things that had been recorded. I mean, the list goes on and on.
But I'm gonna be covered in blood. I look crazy. I was holding him while he was spurting blood, trying to stop the blood.
Okay, so you guys started arguing, then what happened?
Threw me against the wall, choked me. I mean, you're looking like this. He's never like choked me to where like it's like crazy stuff. But like, I mean, I couldn't breathe. Okay. Then he put me on the.
So he throws you against the wall.
Then he put me on the ground, choked me. That's happened 2 other times.
Did he tell you anything? Did he say anything?
Like that kind of face, like where I was really scared and I was trying to get him off of me and he wouldn't get off. Then he gets off. Then I called my mom.
Okay.
And then I was like, I went into the other room and I was talking to her and I was like crying and saying like something is happening, like I don't know what's going on with Christian. And I was just like crying, whatever. And then like I went to the kitchen and he started like charging at me. And I said like, I'm gonna like throw this at you. And he goes, do it. And then he charged me and I threw it. But he was far away and I never in a million years like I'm
he threw
scared.
a statue at you?
No. It was the knife. I said, like, I was just holding it to be like, please don't come in and ring.
Disturbing scene involving a social media model and her boyfriend. Las Vegas police responding to a fight between the two months before she stabbed him to death.
7 Shutter Fox has the exclusive audio that could complicate her claims of self-defense.
Months before becoming a murder suspect,
you'll get to see a judge and they'll walk you through the process.
there was this trouble, well away from Miami.
Courtney Clenney.
It's July 27th of 2021. In Las Vegas, Courtney Clenney is being arrested by police, accused of attacking her then-boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. He's in tears upon learning Vegas cops will arrest Clenney for throwing a glass at him earlier in the night inside this messy hotel room, where cops later combed for clues. The couple had argued while on vacation before it got physical, and Clenney ended up in custody of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and jailed for domestic battery.
Has she ever threatened to kill you?
This body camera footage obtained by 7 News. The video, part of the prosecution's collection of evidence, ahead of a scheduled hearing Tuesday in Miami-Dade court. But there's another, more recent clip, provided only to 7. It's a March 5th recording of Clenney, taken by Obumseli, almost exactly a month before she fatally stabbed him in their Miami condo. Prosecutors say it shows Clenney had homicidal ideas regarding her boyfriend when she said this.
I'm actually not having a good day, where I actually literally want to kill you, but you don't take me seriously. Baby, I'm so sorry.
On April 3rd of this year, Obumseli was stabbed by Clenney before he died at Jackson later that night. Clenney's been in jail since August awaiting trial.
I was sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you. Like, but you're hindering my progress.
You need to sit down. You need to sit
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Come on.
Let go of me.
Okay.
Come on, boy. Let go of me. Like, I can't even, like, I'll start to hit later. Like, get the off me.
You don't want to hit me?
Christian, he saw me, and I know he's looking. I'm fed up with you. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with that you treat me.
Courtney, you
yes, I'm not mad at you.
You let Malone say some line that affected you.
I didn't let her say anything.
I didn't say
you did.
Hey, let's go to Malone right now. Let's pull up her.
No, I'm just gonna hear the things.
No, she's in the group chat. Let's put her on the phone right now.
I dare you.
Yeah, you hear me? Keep saying
you
it.
do it.
Then stop saying it then.
Do it.
Then stop saying it then. Then stop saying it then.
Let's look.
Come on. Ask her. Ask her, did I touch her breast yesterday?
Instigative years.
No, you're telling me I touched her breast yesterday when I.
You did. I didn't say you touched it.
You said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as. I actually don't want to be with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Because you're costing me money. I didn't do. He's like out of this house because of you.
You let Malone say some line that.
No, because of you. Flirting with like 3 girls the whole time.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, maybe it didn't matter.
You?
Milan.
I was flirting with Milan.
And she's saying, hey, come get your mans. She's trying to come home with me.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're lying. She said, come get your mans that I was trying to hit on Milan. Come on, baby.
Okay.
That doesn't even sound right.
Christian, you're fired.
Courtney Clenney is trying to get out on bond, and her defense team is using pig carcasses in that attempt. I'll show you what's behind my head in just a moment, but as a reminder, Courtney Clenney has been in jail since August 10th, 2022, pending trial for taking the life of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. On Friday, October 18th, there was a bond hearing, and in this bond hearing, her attorneys showed a video of this man throwing knives at a pig carcass. They say that pig skin and tissue behaves much like human skin and tissue, and they were trying to prove that their claim, Courtney Clenney threw the knife at Christian Obumseli. She did not intentionally harm him with it. My first question, and what the prosecution also brought up, these people are not the same size, they don't have the same body type, right? So are we supposed to believe that him throwing knives at an object is the same as her throwing them? Let me know your thoughts on that. An expert witness for the defense was Dr. John Marissini. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. He stated that it is plausible / likely that Courtney Clenney threw the weapon, not plunged it, okay, for lack of better words. However, the prosecution states that that expert witness did not even identify the actual object that took Christian's life, so he can't really speak to the sharpness of it or how similar it is to the one the defense used in their video with a pig carcass. The judge has not yet ruled on whether or not Courtney Clenney will get bond while she awaits her trial. That trial still has not been scheduled. The prosecution urged the judge to deny this bond request, and they stated that Courtney Clenney is a danger to herself and everyone else when she does not get her way. We'll see what happens with the bond, when trial will finally be scheduled. Until then, rest in peace to Christian Obumseli. OF model Courtney Clenney was charged back in August 2022 with second-degree unaliving of her then-boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, who passed away in their high-rise luxury Miami condo. Courtney Clenney says it's self-defense, but 3 years later, there still is no trial date set. So let's break down the timeline of this case and why we are still waiting on a trial. A big part of the delay comes down to how prosecutors handled evidence in this case. They accessed Courtney's iCloud account, including messages between her and her family members, some of which were allegedly protected by attorney-client privilege, and a judge agreed that this crossed the line. Courtney Clenney's legal team is saying this was not just a mistake, this was misconduct, and they want everybody taken off the case, the lead prosecutor and the entire Miami-Dade prosecutor's office. Until then, we keep waiting, longer and longer, until a judge decides if the Miami-Dade prosecutor's office will be kicked off the case. They won't even begin talking about a trial date. So I know I went over a lot really quickly. Here's the timeline of the key moments. The crime itself, or Christian losing his life, happened in April 2022. August 2022, Courtney Clenney was arrested while she was in Hawaii. And let me take a pause here. Not only was she in Hawaii after this all happened, she also, after this happened, after Christian lost his life and she was going to be charged, she bought a $1.4 million home in Texas. That home is now for sale in case you are, on the market and looking. Back to the timeline, late 2022, prosecutors released video evidence from an elevator that showed Courtney attacking Christian just weeks before he would lose his life. I'm sure many of you saw that video. Then in 2023 is when all of the allegations started of misconduct by the prosecution and their handling of evidence and the iCloud account. May 2024 is when the judge said, yep, that was over the line. That did violate attorney-client privilege. And now here we are in June 2025, just waiting. If you'd like to know more about this case, there's a playlist below and you can follow me for more updates. I will be keeping track of this like I have for a couple of years now. And I always say in videos about this case, I understand Christian Obumseli was not a perfect person, like most of us are not. He said things about women of color that were absolutely unacceptable, but I do not believe that justifies the way that he lost his life, and I don't think it gives anyone who may have had something to do with ending his life a get out of jail free card. That is just my opinion.
The parents of accused killer and OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney have been charged with tampering with evidence in connection to the case. Their daughter Courtney was arrested back on August 10th, 2022. She was charged with murdering her estranged boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. Courtney allegedly stabbed Christian in the chest following a fight in their Miami apartment. Courtney claims that she stabbed Christian in self-defense, but in the months following the murder, some cell phone video and surveillance footage from an elevator show Christian and Courtney together, and it portrays Courtney as always being the aggressor. Courtney is currently being held without bond while awaiting trial. And in a shocking twist for 2024, Courtney's parents, Deborah and Kim, have been arrested in connection to the case. The arrest warrant affidavit states that Deborah, Kim, and Courtney were charged with one count of unauthorized access to a computer or electronic device belonging to Christian Obumseli. Courtney's parents were reportedly accessing Christian's laptop after he was killed.
Well, that was quick. We can now say what the felony charge is against the parents of Courtney Clenney. She is also getting this felony charge added to her, and it is illegally accessing the victim's computer. Here is where TMZ says that not only were Kim and Deborah, her parents, charged with this, but Courtney also has been charged with it. The prosecutors reportedly obtained a series of text messages between Courtney Clenney and her parents and her lawyers saying, we need to figure out his password. I personally wonder why. There must have been something in there that she didn't want people to see. There were more than 4,200 texts in the group chats between the parents and the lawyers. Courtney apparently provided a list of possible passwords. They finally figured it out. It was his birthday. Y'all don't make your password your birthday, okay? Courtney's lawyer tried to tell them all, hey, don't actually access that computer, which, attorney, what did you think they were going to do when she was sending possible passwords? Did you think that was just for fun and they weren't going to access it? But anyways, the attorney said don't access it, but then her father, Kim, said, oh, I already accessed it and I'm starting to poke around. He said he had not opened a file and didn't see anything. TMZ is reporting that the only thing on that hard drive was a cryptocurrency balance sheet, and the prosecutors have not yet alleged that they deleted any content. But again, my brain automatically assumes there was something on there that they wanted to delete or look at, because why else would they be so obsessively trying to get in the laptop? Also, I marked this out because that is Courtney Clenney in handcuffs, and she has red liquid all over her. I choose not to show that on my page. According to this, Courtney's parents will be in court via Zoom this morning, Wednesday morning, which is January 31st, 2024. They live in Austin. Prosecutors are going to try to extradite them to Miami, where Courtney is still sitting for Christian Obumseli's murder. Now, again, I'm going to say it in every video about this case. There are many people that do not pity Christian Obumseli, even though he was the victim in this crime. He said things on Twitter prior to his passing that I do not condone, I do not stand by. I'm simply...
The OnlyFans model murder case for Courtney Clenney.
Big news, the judge has just set the trial date, and it is tentatively scheduled for December 1st of 2025. Clenney is accused of second-degree murder for the stabbing death of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli.
The OnlyFans model claims that she killed him in self-defense. Prosecutors believe that Obumseli was a victim of domestic violence. Of course, we'll continue to follow developments in this case. Of course, if there are any changes to the date, we will let you know that as well.
And the infamous elevator video that I think everyone has seen will be part of that trial.
I'm looking forward to that trial.
Yeah, absolutely.
The case of Courtney Clenney and Christian Obumseli is a chilling reminder of how quickly love can turn lethal. What do you think? Was this self-defense or cold-blooded murder? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you want more true crime breakdowns, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a case where the footage never lies.